Hi everyone. In today's video I am going to show you how to knit the Rickrack Rib stitch in the round. So basically what you want to do first is cast on any multiple of 3 stitches. For this tiny sample size, I think I did 15 or maybe 18. Anyway, so the first thing you do after you've cast it on and you've made sure that your stitches aren't twisted, you can begin to knit in the round. And for today's lesson, I'm actually using just regular circular needles instead of double pointed needles because I have no idea where I set or where I put mine, but I'm using the magic loop method. Anyway, so let's see. To begin, we're going to, for the first round, we're gonna purl one. Alright, and then we're going to knit through the back loop of the second stitch. Alright, and then don't slide your stitches off quite yet. And then we're going to come back and knit the first stitch. And now you can slide them both off. Alright, and then you're going to repeat those steps all the way to the end of the round. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and knit through the back loop of that second stitch. And then come back front here and do a regular knit into the first stitch. Alright, and slide them both off. Okay, and then we're going to repeat that again. Okay, I'm gonna purl, and then we're gonna knit through the back loop of the second stitch. Alright, don't slide it off quite yet. I'm going to come back to the front and knit that first stitch and slide them both off. All right, and then you're going to repeat those steps all the way to the end of the round. Okay, on to round 2. Round 2, it's slightly different. We're going to start off with the purl stitch. So purl one, and again we're going to work with the second stitch first. We're going to knit into the second stitch. And make sure you're not knitting into both of them, because since the stitches are so close together, that's bound to happen sometimes. Alright, so you knit into the first stitch, the second stitch, and don't slide those off yet. And then you're going to come back and knit the first stitch. and then you can slide them both off. Alright, and then you're going to repeat those steps again. You're going to purl one, and you're going to knit the second stitch first while leaving both stitches on the needle, the left hand needle. Then you're going to go in and knit the first stitch, and then you can slip them both off. Okay. Alright, let me do that again. I'm going to go ahead and finish the row here. Purl one and bring the yarn back because you're knitting and not purling. And then you're going to knit into the second stitch, and then knit into the first stitch, slide them both off, again purl one, knit into the second stitch, leave those stitches on the needle, knit into the first, slide them both off, purl one, knit into the second stitch, knit into the first, whoops, and slide them off. And the last 3 stitches, again, going to purl, and knit into the second stitch, and knit into the first. Okay, and that's that for the second round. And yeah, the Rickrack Rib is just a repeat of 2 rounds, and as you can see the zigzag here, it is going to be a little bit different than the pattern for knitting it flat, but I mean it still produces a similar effect. Okay. Alright, well thank you for watching and happy knitting!